I might have clicked that. I don't know, but I don't know what's going on.
Hold on.
Anybody who comes in, check to see. There we go. What happened was, what's going on, everybody? I think what happened was I changed it to a setting. I changed it to made for kids or whatever, this live stream. And if you change it to made for kids, you can't comment. So I was wondering why nobody could comment, because there were 10 people, 12 people, 9 people. And I was like, what's going on? Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, what? I was like, why the hell is nobody not commenting? I love your rants on the economy. I play them on my commute to work. Please make them longer. I try to, like, they're like natural too. Like, I'll turn on my camera and I'll just start complaining about things. A lot of the times it's in like random order. Like, some of it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it, it's not always coherent, but yeah, I literally just turn on my camera and I just bitch about this because it fucking sucks. The economy fucking sucks balls. Like, we are all doing, most of us are having just to do gig work. We're working and then we have to do gig work and then we have to do another gig job and another gig job. I don't know anybody in this economy who isn't doing a gig job. None. Either they're doing DoorDash or they're doing some kind of delivery app, they're doing Grubhub, they're doing Spark, they're doing some kind of delivery app, they're doing Uber, they're doing Uber Eats. Everybody, this is like, we are living in an entire gig economy now. Like, no longer are the days here where you can apply for a job and you can just, hey, you can work at this job and you'll be fine and you'll have your needs met. Like, I don't have my needs met. I haven't been to the dentist in fucking years. My teeth are horrible. I need to go to the dentist. Absolutely horrible. My shoulder's fucked up again. I was recently lifting and my shoulder's starting to hurt again. I don't know why. I probably permanently damaged some of the nerves in my arms somehow. I don't know why, but I can't go to the doctor because it's too expensive. Like, we can't even get our basic needs met in this country, in America anymore, yet it's the greatest. As long as we keep calling it the greatest country in the world, it's the greatest country in the world, right? So that's all people need to tell you, is that it could be so much worse. You could be living in Africa, be starving and this and that. As long as we can tell everybody, in America, that it could be worse somewhere else, everything's fine. There have been power outages in Europe. You haven't heard? I was reading. Go on BitChute, go on YouTube. There are apparent power outages in Europe, France, Spain, and apparently right now, I don't know if it was. Apparently Spain was out of power for a while. And I think that might have to do with, I don't know, it's a conspiracy, but I think that might have to do with the whole Great Reset 2025 thing. They might be, like, the people in power very well could be experimenting with some things that we don't know about. I mean, anything's possible at this point. Like we've gone through COVID. People say that COVID wasn't real. We've gone through COVID, then mask mandates, then hyperinflation. We've gone through, now we got AI taking all over these jobs. We got the Terminator robots are becoming real. You got Amazon preparing to roll out this whole business they have, where they're going to have blimps in the future. They're going to have Amazon blimps in the future. If they don't already have them, I don't think they do. Well, they already have drones. They already have drones, actually, that fly you your order. Like, if you have Uber, if you have I think it's DoorDash. I don't know if it was DoorDash or something else, but they already have drones that bring you your food. So I don't know when, but I know Amazon's trying to roll out this thing where it's just all the packages are just going to be delivered. And all these gig jobs are going to be gone. The Uber Eats, the DoorDash, the Walmart Spark, the Amazon Prime, all these gig jobs are going to be gone. They're not even going to have to hire real people. Like, you're not going to be able to do a block of Amazon or any of these apps. They're just going to have drones that just bring it to your house. And it's wild if you think about it. Yeah, the scamdemic. Yeah, yeah. The problem is, Clandestino, when you're only making 19 an hour, the insurance doesn't really matter because your pay is so low that it doesn't really matter if you have insurance because the money comes out of your paycheck to pay for the insurance, and your pay is super low. So, and the doctor is super high even with insurance. So, let me see. I'm trying to read all the comments. I have a question. How long you spoke Spanish for? How did you learn it? I've been speaking Spanish for, I guess I want to say I started in like 2013. Like here and there, I would speak. I'd speak like words here and there with my ex's mom, but she would usually be translating. And then in 2016, I started learning. When I got a job with only Hispanic people, I started learning. And I would just, like, back then, we didn't have I didn't have ChatGPT or anything like that. So I'd take out my phone, and any word or phrase that I would hear, I would just put it in my phone, and then I would Google it later. I'd be like, okay, I'd use Google Translate. I'd be like, all right, what does this word mean? And Google Translate would correct me. Or I would just Google it, and I'd try to find the word on Google. I did some online classes for fun. I mean, I was really trying to like impress my girlfriend's parents, really, or I should say mom and stepdad, because I thought we were going to get married, but that didn't happen. And I was trying to learn for her mom, because it was just like, how am I going to be with you? And then you're just like the mediator in between me, you, and your mom. Like, you're always like translating for me and your mom, and then you're always translating for me and your stepdad, and I'm just here like, I don't know what you're saying, and I don't know. I wanted to learn because of that, and then we broke up, and then I just kept learning, and that's pretty much how it happened. Let's see. I'm trying to type so quickly. I'm a demon. Do you think it'd be smart to sell my current home and profit maybe 100K, move to a cheaper state with super low property taxes, or fix the upper home, or pay for the fixer upper small home outright and be mortgage free? Dude, how many rooms is your bedroom right now? How many rooms is your home? You should be renting that out, in my opinion. You could rent that out to trustworthy people. If you have trustworthy people in your life, you could rent them out and pay, and pay off your mortgage that way. Like, you kind of got it, like, in this economy, you kind of got to. I mean, like, you could charge them a cheap rate. You don't have to charge them anything, like, super expensive. Charge them a normal, like, a cheap rate. Say like, hey, I know rent's high and stuff, but I'll charge you like half the price of what these apartments are charging people, and just do that. And then, like I said, you could take that money and pay off your mortgage like that, pay off your bills like that, in my opinion. My family's trying to learn Spanish. I could teach them if you want me, like, I had a couple people I was teaching through WhatsApp at work, but they got busy. So, I could teach them. Yeah, I've been speaking. I can write. I can speak. I'm gonna admit my grammar's not perfect. My spelling is pretty dead on. I can text. I can write. I can read. So, if you want, like, I can get your WhatsApp number. We could do WhatsApp calls. Are they all trying to learn for jobs, or is it just they just want to learn? I don't know, because you didn't really specify. Let's see. The drones are going to get beat up by kids. Well, no, I think they're just going to, if anything, they're just going to have guns on the drones, and they're just going to shoot us, or tasers. Like, police will have just drones with tasers on them, and well, we already have robot dogs. Come on. They say, oh, we have the robot dogs, but we're not gonna put guns on them or anything. Please, if anybody believes that those drones and those dogs are not gonna have guns on them in the future, like, it's not gonna be some some Killzone Shadowfall type environment, like, they're dead wrong. It's only a matter of time before they put guns on those robot dogs. Only a matter of time. Guarantee it. Well, Trump is not doing too much to save the economy right now, is he? He's making a lot of he's making a lot of enemies with these tariffs. A lot of companies don't want to do business with him. And ultimately, it's going to be us that pay the price in the end with all these tariffs, because the food's going to go up. The price of everything is going to go up. So I'd say not good. I'd say he does not have our best interest in mind. Do I seem sad? Yeah, of course I'm sad. No. Man, there's nothing. Nothing is going good in my life except the glimmer of hope with the web development I'm doing, which I'm trying to get through with. But in this boot camp, the teachers are so bad at teaching it. I'm considering hiring somebody who could teach me these programs separately from this boot camp that I'm doing, because I'm not learning the material as fast as I'd want to. I can't learn this material just by watching these videos. There are some people who can learn materials, they can learn things just fine watching videos. I understand that, but I'm a hands-on person. I have to have somebody one-on-one with me, either on Zoom or right by me, to show me how, step by step, this process on how to remember things and how to do things. Because I can't just watch a video and then do it. I have to have somebody that's by me, that's helping me. Me personally, that's just how I learn, though. Donald Trump. I wish you luck in your web development journey. Thank you. Like I said, I'm learning full stack, so it's going to be Python, React. I'm learning about AI as well. I haven't gotten to that module, so I don't know exactly what kind of AI, but let's see. They just want to learn. Okay. I mean, it'd be a good skill to have. It'd still be a good skill to have, even with AI taking over and everything. It'd still be a good skill to have, just because this is becoming, it's becoming like the #1 language here in America. Practically, it's the #2 still, but it's becoming pretty much the #1. I know. I was just thinking about that. In the gym. I was like, I could just get the money. If I could just get the money, I could go to Mexico and I could literally get my teeth fixed for half of the price. Oh, I don't know, probably half, but I know it's a lot cheaper in Mexico. I know that there are literally U.S. citizens that cross the border to Mexico to get their teeth fixed, and that was surprising to me when I first heard about that. Yeah, if Ohio eliminates property taxes, again, the government's going to get their money one way or another, right? So with how high everything's, rising, the prices of everything, they're going to get their money back. They're going to get their money back. That's what people don't understand too. It's like, oh, Trump's going to get rid of no income tax. He's going to get rid of that. And I was like, hey, bozo, you do realize that you're paying for pretty much you're paying triple the price, quadruple the prices you were paying even 2 or 3 years ago, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Online is a gig. I mean, I could, but I don't know, with, I guess, AI and everything, is it really going to matter? Because there are already AI apps to do that. You could download an AI app right now and talk to a robot and it would respond right back to you. You could use any other app. I mean, it's not really like the skill it once was. Spanish is kind of oversaturated now. Everybody speaks Spanish now. So it's like there's so many people in the U.S. who already do it. I'm studying HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Not JavaScript yet, but I'm really struggling with HTML and CSS right now. And it's just more so CSS, because it's just I can't remember the margin. I can't remember how many pixels I need to use. it's just like all these things you have to remember. Like designing the website with CSS is just such a pain in the ass, and it just doesn't seem like I can't remember even like the first step of how to design, like the first step, like the nav bar. Like, it's just like I've done all these videos, and then I get to my first project, and I'm on my first project, and I'm struggling. I'm just like, I'm using ChatGPT to help me with pretty much everything in the next steps and what I do here and what I do there, because the chat support that comes with this boot camp, they have so many students they have to help, they can only get on a call with you for like 20 minutes at a time. So you have to wait to get on a Zoom call with them, and then they help you out with things here and there, but it's not like you have a teacher at your side who's guiding you step by step through this whole process. Here's what you have to do now. Here's what you have to do now. Here are some tips to remember, you know, when to use margin, when to use padding, when to, you know, use row, column, display flex, or, you know, justify content center, or space between. Like, there's nobody there that's like helping you out by your side like that. It's not like that. It's CSS is such a pain in the ass, dude. It's like, I get it. HTML is the skeleton, and then CSS is like the dressing. Like, it's the dressing of the website. It's how the whole website. It's how you design the entire website. Because if you just put in the HTML, it looks like shit. You have to design it with CSS in it. But it's like remembering how to do everything in CSS. I can do the color. I know I can do the margin for the most part. I can do the padding for the most part. I can do little things, like little things here and there I can do, but I can't as far as full-blown designing the website, remembering all the flex item and all the flex things and what they do, and like the media queries. You got to remember the media queries and all these different things, and it's like, come on, dude. Like, I'm gonna need somebody who I can like pay by the hour, unfortunately, to guide me through this, because it's such a pain, dude. It really is. And I haven't even got to the JavaScript, and people are saying the JavaScript is worse. So yeah, it really does seem like it at this point. Unfortunately, all I can do really now is just see where it goes. I mean, I'm already invested into this boot camp. I've already been doing it. You know, if it fails, it's on me. If it doesn't work out, oh well. What else am I really gonna do at this point? There are no jobs. What am I gonna do? Stay at this factory job for the rest of my life and complain on YouTube? Like, I have to do something. So well, it's not getting desperate. It's just like I gotta have somebody who can teach me better. I'm not saying I'm gonna pay $100 an hour for some teacher, but like you know, I should know what I'm doing for the most part. I think after 3-something months, like I should have a basic idea at least, and I don't really feel like I have a basic understanding of CSS. Like, you know, I can't even really lay out a basic website yet. So I just feel like I need more help than I can get from this boot camp. A factory job is good in this economy, but bro, factory jobs are going away. They're trying to automate everything at our factory. They're going to automate everything within a year and a half, 2 years. They're trying to automate everything. They don't want anybody in that factory except a couple people. They don't want to have to pay us. It's going to happen. My previous factory jobs got automated with a lot of the lines got automated, and this is going to happen as well. As soon as they can afford it, it's going to happen. I can go to Asia and teach English, yeah, but I don't know Thai. I don't know I don't know if they speak Mandarin, or I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if you can, my Discord link is in the description. I'll gladly talk with you. I appreciate it. For a Ford Transit to escape society, but where am I gonna go in a Ford Transit? Where am I gonna go? I'm gonna live in a Ford? I'm gonna live in a Ford, and what? How am I gonna pay for food and shelter? Like, what am I gonna do? Um, the funny thing is, I'm Brazilian. I understand them. Yeah, Portuguese is a little bit of, it's kind of similar to Spanish. Do you want to move to another state? I mean, I really want to just get out of the country at this point. I just don't want to. I'm tired of dealing. It's just, there's literally just like, as soon as I wake up, from the moment I wake up, from the moment I go to bed, it's just stress. It's literally just like stress all the time in this country. It never ends. It's just work. You go home, you shove some food in your face, you go to bed, you wake up, you work, you go home, you shove some food in your face. It's like, what kind of life is that? What kind of life is the average American living besides just going home from work after a long, exhausting day of 10 to 12 hours of slaving away? You know, they get to catch up on their favorite TV show or whatever. Maybe it's House of Dragons or whatever the fuck they want, whatever the fuck, you know, kind of TV show they like. And then, you know, maybe they do that for an hour and then they shove some food in their face, like I said, and they go to bed and they wake up and they do it again. Like, the average American, I really feel like the average American doesn't know how shitty their life is. How shitty of a life. Because they don't have time to think about it. They don't have time to think about how shitty life in America is. They really don't. They really don't have time to think about how fucking screwed they're getting. Brandon, when you said you'll do thumbnails of yourself, I was not expecting that when I was a little kid. Oh yeah, hidden. I got more for you. My family has like 5 pictures of me hung up on the wall. My mom was a big fan of forced pictures, and she would always do something. Here's the thing that narcissists do, is they do something to piss you off, and then they make sure you're pissed off. They always make sure you're in a pissed off mood. My mom always made sure I was in a pissed off mood right before a picture, whatever it would be. If it was Christmas, Thanksgiving, or whatever, it would always be right before a picture. She would make sure I was pissed off, and she would take that picture. She has like 5 of them. She has like 5 of them hung up in the house of me just completely fucking miserable. She has one where we're all in Orlando, Florida, and she was doing some shit to make me mad. I didn't want to take a picture with them, and she doing some shit to make me mad. I was pissed off in that picture. We have a couple pictures of where I was forced to go to church. I was like 20 years old. We were forced to go, and like she was forcing me to go, and I was like, you know, I don't want to go with you because you always do some shit to make me upset. So I have there's like 5 pictures of just me pissed off in the house, and she just took them, no big deal. She just took them, hung them up on the wall, no big deal. I'm sure she just looks at them. I'm sure she just walks around the house and she just smirks every time she passes them. It's like, no big deal. My child's upset, but I'm just gonna post a picture. I'm gonna put it in a picture frame. I'm gonna take a picture and just put it in a picture frame, even though he's miserable. Oh my God. I did not want to take that photo. I remember exactly what happened. I remember exactly what happened. I didn't want to take that photo at all. I was really fucking miserable. I was so miserable in that photo. She pissed me off so much. And if I was to show you guys the full photo, my mom was to the right of me, obviously for privacy reasons, because my whole family was in it. But my mom was to the right of me, sat down in the chair. She had her legs crossed, and she had a smirk on her face like this, like the smirk of satisfaction. Like, oh, I just pissed you off. I just pissed you off, and I'm so happy about it. Smirk, like the duper's delight smirk. Hold on. Is my phone out? Sorry, guys. Trying to make sure my phone doesn't overheat this time. It's really fucking stupid. You know, I should really not have to do this with the iPhone. Let's see. Do I have a girlfriend? I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend. How am I gonna have a girlfriend? I can't even support myself. Like, what are we gonna do? Bang? What are we gonna do? Bang in my roommate's house? In my roommate's house? Am I gonna bang in my room? In my small closet-sized room? I don't have a girlfriend. Oh my god. I'm a super low-stress NEET after being in mental hospitals for stress. I know that feeling. I'm gonna do some, like I said, I'm gonna do some videos about those fucking mental hospitals in the future, because boy, do I have some stories about those fucking mental hospitals. I've been to 2 of them. I know all about mental hospitals. Trust me, those were not fun times. I need to be stressed about this? No, I'm not stressed about it. I'm stressed about surviving. All I think about is surviving. Oh, how am I going to survive another day? How am I going to survive another day? What do I have to do? Am I going to enjoy? I don't even think about, like, whether the fact or not, like, I don't even stop to think if I enjoy life, because I don't enjoy life. I don't enjoy life, unfortunately. Like, I wish I could sit here and you know, tell you guys that I do, but I don't. All I'm thinking about is, okay, I need more money. I need to try to see if this web development thing works out, and hopefully I get a job. If I don't get a job, then whatever, but at least, at least I tried. But I have to do something. All I'm thinking about is money. All I'm thinking about is money, work. Balancing web development with doing overtime at work. Can I do overtime this time? Can I do overtime right now? Or do I need more time to do web development so I can get this done? So I can see if this web development thing pans out. Like, all I am is stressed. All I am is stressed right now. Let's see. Do you hate summer? I don't hate summer. I hate winter. I hate winter because it's like, my car is an absolute piece of shit, and I'm like, oh great, I have to drive super slow because I can't afford snow tires. So I have to make sure I drive at crawling speed. Otherwise, I won't be able to, you know. Otherwise, I'm doomed. Otherwise, I'm fucked because I can't afford snow tires. Like I said, I can't afford them. We're all going to wake up one day at 88 and have made 0 good memory. I don't even want to. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that. I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna do the best I can to get myself out of the situation, knowing even if I fail, at least I've tried, right? At least I've tried, because you got it. You got to try. At least you got to do it for yourself. If you're not doing it for your parents, do it for yourself. I'm doing it for myself. You know, I'm doing it for myself, because if I don't do it for myself, you know, who's going to do it for me? I got to do it. I got to at least try to get myself out of this fucking horrible situation. So, I don't know. So what happened with the last stream is I had it on a setting that said made for kids, and when you have it on the setting that says made for kids, people aren't allowed to comment, which is probably why I don't know, I didn't see it for sure, but that's probably what happened, because people were in the live stream and I didn't see any comments, so I did it over again. I don't think it's feasible. I don't think it is either. I don't think it is either, especially I'm working 10 and a half, 11 and a half, 12-hour days in the cold, you know, depending on if I work till 5 or not. I don't think it really is either. Bro, the AI revolution is here. I'd say focus on being healthy and surviving this year and the next. Yeah, but I'm getting tired of surviving. All I've done my entire life is survive. I'm trying to thrive eventually. And even if that takes 6 years, even if that takes up to the age of 38 or 39, like, I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to try to figure out a way to make more money. Because what else can I do? It's either, in America, it's either make more money, you fall behind. It really is. You either make more money in America or you fall behind, because eventually it's going to get to a point where you can't cut any expenses back, okay? If you're already eating ramen noodles and you already cut every expense back that you can think of, there's not really much else you can do. You know, it's saving money is it's obviously saving money is in your control for the most part, but you can only cut back so much before you can't cut back anymore, you know. Let's see. There must be something good you feel about to still live your... Oh, God. If I lived with my mother... like Aaron Clary says, I don't know anybody watch it. Aaron Clary says, I would have taken the Smith & Wesson route if I still lived with my mother. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There is nobody on this planet that is worse than dealing with my mother. I've never encountered anybody worse than my mother. Good God. Good God. I mean, my mom. Oh, good luck to my brother and sister. I really hope that you have a change of heart. But, you know, if you do decide to take care of her, you're watching this live stream, if you do decide to take care of her, good fucking luck. Because I know how her mom was, and she was a nightmare to deal with. So good luck. I'm sorry. Oh my God. No, but if I was still living with my mom, it'd be an absolute nightmare. If you move to the Philippines, 50K is like 50 million. I know it is. I mean, Philippines is really cheap. True, the system is broken, so the only way I see a community group who will push for changes. I hate politics. The older generation has been talking about the advantages for far too long. I'm going to make a video in the future, by the way, and I don't recommend anybody do this. I don't recommend anybody to do it, but if any of you who are out there who are watching this live stream who are just completely fed up with working, completely fed up with jobs, bosses, everything, I'm going to make a video in the future. Anybody who lives in America, there is one last place in America, and again, I'm going to make a video about it in the future, but there is one last place in America I found out about that you can go to where you won't have to pay rent, you won't have to pay bills, you won't have to suck up to some boss. And I was really surprised when I found this video on YouTube. It kind of, I mean, it's not a glamorous life by any means, but it was kind of interesting. So, we're not going to be drafted. Yeah, I mean, hopefully not. I don't want, look, I don't think anybody should be forced to be drafted. We're not fighting for anything good anymore. We're fighting for rich old men, to line rich old men's pockets. If it were something good, if we were fighting for a good cause, it would be different. But the Iraq war, we know, was for oil. Okay, we know that wasn't for a good cause. We know a lot of these wars, a lot of these things that we do are not for good causes. If it was for a good cause, it would be completely different. But, you know, you know, wait, there's an option B, like making an OF or stripping. Yeah, totally. I'm gonna be stripping and making an OF. Totally. I apologize, last chat. I recommended to exercise. Later, I listened to the beginning of your chat, and you said that you just came from the gym. No, it's good. You just didn't know. Imagine, do you get along with your siblings, your family members? Do they help you financially? No, nobody helps me financially. I'm not getting any help financially from anybody. They don't care. They don't care. Narcissistic parents don't care to help you financially. Guys, you're nothing but a fucking asshole. Like Ollie Matthews says, you're nothing but an asshole to these people. These people don't care about you. Most of the time, I didn't even get new clothes growing up. I just got a bunch of hand-me-downs from my cousins. My parents were fucking cheap. We lived in an upper middle class, but my parents were fucking cheap when it came to clothes, when it came to basic necessities. And my extended family was so cheap. My aunt, every single year for Christmas, you know what my aunt did? Instead of actually going out and buying Christmas presents, because my aunt had, by the way, my aunt was not poor. My aunt is not poor. She saved, I mean, my aunt has lived with her mother. She lived with my mom, or she lived with her mother for like, God, I don't know, 30 or 40 years or some shit like that. So my aunt had so much money, a lot of money, from living with her mom and working and saving every penny for so long. I mean, she was the definition of a penny pincher, if there ever was one. She had so much money, but every single Thanksgiving, every single Easter, every single Christmas, because she was a dental assistant. She was a dental assistant and she worked at Costco. All right, and she still is a dental assistant. But every Christmas, Easter, and Thanksgiving, she would bring us old candy. Like, she would bring us like old expired candy, and she would find like old expired like pieces of gum that she got from her job, and she would take a Ziploc bag and she would just put it all together in a Ziploc bag and tape it up and put it in a Christmas bag for us. And that was the Christmas present. And every year we were all just like, oh, thank you, Aunt Sue, thank you. Oh, we had no idea what it was going to be this time. It was like a tradition. Every fucking year she would give us the same thing. It was always expired candy, gum, or some toothbrushes she had around the house. God, she was so cheap. Oh, she was like the version of Mr. Krabs. She was literally like the female version of Mr. Krabs. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's see. I was just remembering all that shit. Oh my God. She was so cheap. She's still probably doing the same thing that I was ever since I left. She's still probably handing out the gum and the 99-cent toothbrushes and the expired Halloween candy. Oh my God. It reminded me of that SpongeBob episode where Pearl was like begging Mr. Krabs. She was just like, please don't be cheap. Please don't be cheap for my 16th birthday this time. Remember what happened last time? And he made like a cardboard cake. He made like a dishwater. He made like dishwater fruit punch or whatever. And then instead of having Boys Who Cry, he had Squidward singing the fucking song. This is exactly what it reminded me of. It's so stupid. Oh my God. I hope they do. Then we won't have so many thirsty Sims throwing all their money away, they don't have to feed these OnlyFans girls who don't do anything except shake their ass on the internet. I hope so. Honestly. Like, people need to stop giving them money. Like, just stop. Like, have some self-respect. Have some self-respect for yourself. I have a friend who does that, and I told him, like, I better never see you do that. Like, he admitted to it. I'm like, just Jesus. And I have a coworker right now who's dating an OnlyFans girl. And, like, I was talking with my other friend, like, we were all talking, a group of us, there were 4 of us, and, like, we looked at him, I'm like, you're dating your girlfriend's an OnlyFans person? He's like, yeah, but I support her. I'm like, dude, oh my God. Like, oh, like, I just can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. If I had a choice of a European country, which one would you pick? don't know. I think about either. Let me think. Maybe Argentina. I think Argentina looks really nice. That's why I would never have kids if I was poor. Your kids will just resent you for. And that's the thing is I don't understand the amount of poor people who have kids is just mind-boggling. It's like, why are you putting yourself in that position? You are making not only your life worse, but you are making the kids' life worse as well. So you're already poor, and you're going to make yourself poorer. You're going to make your life worse by having kids as a poor person. So you can barely take care of yourself right now. You're going to throw kids on top of the mix, and they're going to be miserable and suffering because you can't afford to take care of even yourself. You couldn't even afford to take care of yourself before. And now you really can't afford to take care of yourself because you had one or two kids. You popped out one or two kids. And now you can't afford to take care of them either. So they're crying, they're fighting, they're starving because you can't afford them the bare basic necessities. You're practically working yourself to death at this point, and your life is even worse than like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? And I'm sorry, I don't mean to get all political, but I'm kind of glad. I'm not for Trump cutting all the support for people who need it, But for the people who are leeching off the system, who are having kids in order to get government assistance and paychecks for having, the more kids we have, the more tax write-offs. Fuck those people. Fuck the people who are just having kids to get government assistance and, I'm going to get a tax write-off because I have another kid. And if I have another one, I'll get another tax write-off. It's like, you can't even afford to feed yourself. And now you're bringing kids into this world. You can't afford to feed them. What are you thinking? What are these people thinking? Oh my God, it makes me mad. It makes me mad. It makes me mad when I know somebody's poor and I see that they have a bunch of kids with them and they're poor and they have to live the rest of their life poor. And then they become an adult and then they have to fucking dig themselves out of poverty. Like, do not continue the cycle of poverty. If you are poor and you can't give that kid a good life, do not do it. You'd think it'd be common sense, but it's just not. It's not common sense for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's just not common sense. It just doesn't ring a bell. You're right. I did skip my geography lessons. Because that's not in Europe, is it? I know a lot of, I knew a lot of my friends from high school, FOMO, and a marriage and kid. My parents had me at the age of 15 and 16. I didn't know what the hell they were thinking. Well, I don't know. You're in the same boat as me. I don't know what the hell mine were thinking either. Kids should be illegal. Ted Kaczynski, I can't speak on that because I do not know who he is. I'm not up to par with who exactly that is. I can't believe I said it. I knew that, guys. I knew that. I don't know why. I don't know why Argentina came out of my mouth. I'm stupid. My parents were poor, but I'm well off now with a family and a house on 11 acres. I got lucky, but I also worked hard. Is your dating life a thing? No, I don't know who. My dating life's non-existent. I mean, pretty much, yeah. I don't have time to focus on the. I don't care who these people are. How am I gonna? Oh, Ted Kaczynski. What's Ted Kaczynski doing? Like I don't know. I'm just trying to survive. Like I don't have time to focus on what so and so's doing or what this person's doing. Like I don't care. Like I have to worry about myself because I'm in survival mode. Why am I gonna worry about this Ted Kaczynski? I don't know. Because I'm poor, JC. What am I gonna do? Bring a girl to my roommate's house? Brandon, he is dead. The Ted. I'll be 39 this year. I'll be 39 this year, and dating life is non-existent to world. Wait, what? Wait, I don't know what this. Okay, well, I'm not MGTOW, so you can get on welfare for help. Well, not if Trump takes that away. I mean, he's taking away Medicaid. I know that. He's taking away Medicaid benefits. He's definitely taking away Section 8. Your 40s or your 30s? Why is that? My matches on and offline dried up when I turned 30. I stayed in great shape. Age is worse. We are deep roasted. I mean, it's looking that way. Chat, are we cooked? '40s old, terribles are 30. 40 is old, 30s are terrible also. We are excess males. You should look for a beer hockey league. You mentioned you like hockey. What's beer hockey? I've never. Guys, I live under a rock. I don't even know what beer hockey is. I don't know what beer hockey is. Now I get why people self-delete. Never understood it when I was younger. You know, I feel like I understand my brain. The amount of things that I've awoken to, to how bad things are, to how fucked up the world can be. Like my mind from 20 to 30 is just so different. The way I think, the way I see the world, it really is amazing. When you get older, you just see how bad things are. Like the world loses color, and you look around, you see that everything you've been taught, up is down, left is right, everything's backwards. Everything's ass backwards. You just figure it out when it just clicks. Like the older you get, the more you know, and so. What age does it start? What age does it start getting to too late? I don't know. I mean, good question. I guess, I guess it's, I mean, I don't know. It's a good question. Beer league is lane. Beer league baseball. Is there a way to escape the world? Wow, the first time I catch your live stream. Hi. How's it going, Maya? Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, how many have convinced that Santa Claus existed? 25 after college, it's like hanging on to dear life. How so? What do you mean? In what sense? How was life in the quarantine compared to now? I mean, I'm not gonna say life was great in the quarantine. Like I lived in a shitty apartment. I killed around 8 mice in that apartment. Since I got in, I killed around 8 mice. There are about 8 mice living in my apartment, and I killed around 8 of them in a span of 2 years until I moved. Um, but no, my life has only gone from bad to worse. I could at the very least, I could afford an apartment back then. I can't even afford an apartment now. So I haven't had an apartment in years. I don't know. I've been bouncing around ever since I broke up with I've been bouncing around for the last 2 years. I haven't had an apartment in like 2 years. 2.5 years or so, just bouncing around from place to place. So it's a great life. I recommend it. In case you didn't get that sarcasm. 30 is old and too late, but you said you're 40? Traveling also, you don't want to be that weird old guy. 40 here, too late. Haven't had a date in 6 years. Mingling, dating, kind of opening, the same thing. How are you able to get those? Get what? What's it going to take for boomers to finally understand? What is worse, boomers, OF women, or simps? Probably baby boomers, because they caused all this debauchery and degeneracy. All this degeneracy we're seeing in society, all this free love, pervert shit, have sex with anyone and whoever you want to, and it's okay because we gotta be free, man, and government sucks, man. We gotta and you don't trust anybody over 30, man. I mean, they pretty much started this degeneracy and debauchery, and then the whole feminism, second, third wave feminism. Yeah, that's fine. Women have rights and stuff, but what a lot of women want is superiority. There are still women out here who are saying that the patriarchy doesn't exist. It's illegal to pay a woman less than a man. If you can do the same job as a man, you get paid the same job. You get paid the same wage. But we're living in this time right now where degeneracy is pretty much celebrated. Like, you go on Instagram, what do you see? All you ever see on Instagram is ass, titties. All you ever see is naked women. You go on OF, OF girls are celebrated for stripping and stripping for money and this and that. Like, all you ever see in society is just dumb, degenerate shit. And a lot of that can be traced back to the boomer generations, because they're the ones who started doing it. They're really the ones that started doing all that shit in the first place. They're the ones who made it popular. And I'm not saying all boomers, but a lot of you did. So, I would say that. Robert Albert found this channel a couple of days ago. Best YouTuber, Brandon. I appreciate it. Welcome to the live stream. They also made us believe that we went to the moon. I don't know about the moon landing. I'm not going to say, I mean, I think it happened, but, I'm not going to get into a whole debate about the moon landing. People have their opinions about it, so that's all I'm going to say. Let's see. We're about 55 minutes in. The moon doesn't exist. The moon doesn't exist. That's crazy. You could take a telescope, and as long as it's good enough, you could see the moon. On a good enough night, on a clear enough night, you could see the moon. You could see the individual craters on the moon, excuse me. What do you mean the moon doesn't exist? It's what? People can barely afford to be degenerate, and they're still trying to keep it up. Right? I think it's just, people just don't care anymore. I think that's what it is. I think people are just like, fuck it, you know, it's where the economy's screwed. It's never going to get better. I'm just going to take out a bunch of credit cards and travel and do whatever I want. And, you know, fuck it, because life's short. I can't afford anything anyway, so I might as well just put everything on credit, do what I want. The economy's screwed. You only live once, YOLO. I think that's where a lot of people are at, honestly. I think people are they're just so done with working for these bosses, barely getting anything. Then they can't afford to pay for their rent, their food. They're just like, fuck it. I'm gonna take out a credit card, take out a loan or whatever, or use my student loans to go on vacation, and I'm just gonna live my life. And I think that's where a lot of people are at, to be honest. So, let's see. It isn't a star, but it's a source of light. A source of light. It's not a Newtonian object. It just puts out light, but there's no matter. It's just the sun is the source of light. That's why the surface is always says, in my honest opinion, everything is doom and gloom now. Nothing is positive anymore. I hate to be negative, but I can't find anything that's not negative. It's hard, Robert. It's really hard. I'm a lot more positive, I would say, than I was 10 years ago. When I was living with my narcissistic parents, I was so negative. I mean, at work, I was an asshole. I really was an asshole. I was mean to everybody at work. I didn't give a fuck about anybody. I looked at them mean, I gave them dirty looks. Like I was an asshole. I really was. When I was living with my narcissistic parents. So the moon doesn't exist because Piccolo blew it. We're talking about Dragon Ball Z now. You should credit max. Take out the biggest loans you can. Max your credit cards and live like a king in Thailand for 5 years. I mean, I got like 20K on my one credit card right now. I could do that. I could live like a king for probably a year or so. I got 20K on that card. Let's see. Exactly. All right. Sorry, chat. You should pay for DoorDash with Klarna and make a video about it. What? Well, why would I do that? Are there people paying for DoorDash with Klarna? Oh my God. People are putting food on Klarna right now? I think I used Klarna like once, but no, I hate making payments for anything. I hate it. I hate being in debt. I hate it. I'm only in debt for this boot camp, and if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But I try everything I can to stay out of debt, even if it's only a little debt. Thankfully, I have no more credit card debt left. We are happy we get the nicer version of you. Yeah, I wasn't a horrible person, but I was just a mean person. I was a mean, miserable person, and I just didn't care about anybody at work. Hey, what state are you in? I am in Illinois right now. I lived here all my life. I've used it a few times, seems to work out just fine. I've used it a few times, seemed to work out just fine. Okay. Hey, Robert Albert. I'm sorry, I mispronounced your name. I really appreciate the donation. Thanks for stopping by on the channel. I don't know if you said you were new or you a new subscriber. Either way, I hope you liking the live stream. I hope you like my videos. More videos coming soon. I've been I've been trying to upload more. Thinking more things to upload, interesting topics and things like that. But I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by the live stream. Have I ever been to a Blackhawks game? I haven't been to a Blackhawks game. I've never been to a hockey game. The only game I've really ever been to is a baseball game, I went to a baseball game when I was younger. I can't even remember. I think I might have been to a baseball game like one time or something like that. Favorite books or authors? Man, I haven't read books in so long. There was this book that I read that really stuck with me. I can't remember the author, but I read it and I was told it was this school project I had to do where it was like this horror. I read this. It was like this horror book. You had to like choose a book to read, and then you had to like explain like a certain section in the book. Like I forgot what it was. It was like a certain section in the book, and like explain like why you liked it, like why that section resonated with you, why you liked that section so much, and then like you had to pick a song that best fit that like part of the book or that chapter of the book. And I think the book was called like The Devil's Woods or something like that. It was like a horror book. I was really into horror books back then. I read that one. I read The Skeleton Key. There was another one I read called like The Monster Ring or something like that. There was another one called like The Crypt. I used to read the what was it called? Like Tales of the Darkness or something, like those like old scary books. But it's been a long time since I actually read. It's been a long time. Can't hear the Blackhawks fans from the bottom of the leaderboard. That's funny. I haven't watched a sports game. Since, oh God. The last sports game that I even watched for a little bit was the 2010 Bears Super Bowl. And I think they lost. I think they lost that game too. No, I take that back. I watched a little bit of the Cubs when the Cubs won in, 2019 or something like that. I watched a little bit of that. So. Yeah, I think that was one of the last ones I left. What are your plans for the rest of the day? In a few minutes, I'm going to wrap the live stream up in a couple minutes. So if you have any more like comments or anything you want to ask me, let me know. The rest of the day, I'm going to go home. I'm going to eat dinner. I'm going to start studying my web development thing and start doing that. And then I'm going to go to bed after that, pretty much. That's going to be my day. So not really much today. Woke up, ate, went to the gym, live stream, video, and then I'm going to do, like I said, my full stack web development program I'm doing, and pretty much go to bed and do it over again. So not too eventful of a day. That's pretty much it. Goosebumps, yeah, it was Goosebumps. Like I read Goosebumps. Goosebumps is really great, but it was a different one. It was like Scary Stories. That's what it was. Scary Stories or something like that. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It was like some scary story book, not the show. Or no. There wasn't a show. That was Afraid of the Dark. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark were the ones I read. Those are the books I read. Yeah, those are the books I read. Those are pretty good, as well as the Goosebumps. The Goosebumps shows were great. I think my favorite episode from the Goosebumps was the one where Carly Beth or whatever the main character's name was. It was Carly Beth. That she went to the mask shop and she put on that mask. She couldn't get it off. She only had 3 times she could only put on the mask 3 times, and then she couldn't get it off. And I think that was a really good episode, honestly. That one and the one with the doll, with the talking doll. I forgot what it was. What was it? How about some narcissistic merch? That would be great. You know, I don't think, possibly in the future, maybe. You know, I don't think my content was really, I think my content's good, but, you know, I kind of want to hold off on that right now, because I'm doing, you know, I'm still doing the video, like, I just want to put out good quality videos pretty much right now for you guys. I don't want the whole entire focus to just be on, like, making merch, selling merch, things like that. Like, I'm not trying to do that right now. I'm just trying to focus on making good videos for you guys, doing web development, and that might be something, maybe like in the far future I'll do it, depending if I get a lot of people who want me to, but as of right now, I'm not really thinking about it. Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers. I grew up watching the Halloween movies. I never really watched the Jason Voorhees movie. I didn't really get into those. Oh yeah, it's funny to remember the names. Can you sing the Drake and Josh or iCarly theme song? Alright, I'll sing it. I know you see some things, somehow things are gonna get worse for me, and we're all drowning in debt. Live life, breathe air. I know somehow we're gonna get there, and we are all gonna be poor. Oh, for real, alright. It's all for real, and I'm telling you just how I feel so well. Nah, nah. Oh my god. How did the Drake and Josh song go? How did the Drake and Josh song? Oh yeah. I never found that it'd be so simple, but found a way. What do you think? I wonder if Drake is guilty with that whole accusation thing. I can never really get past that accusation thing with that one girl with Drake that happened or whatever. I don't know. It's always been on my mind because I used to love the show as a kid. Your thoughts on American healthcare? Well, considering the fact that I'm avoiding going to the doctor and the dentist because I know how expensive it's going to be, I'd say the American healthcare is completely shit. The American healthcare system is designed to squeeze every last dollar out of you. It really is. It's not designed to help the common person. If it was designed to help the common man, then it wouldn't be so expensive. You wouldn't go to the doctor, and you wouldn't have to go for a basic checkup wouldn't break the bank. But a basic checkup breaks the bank in America. That's why so many people avoid going to the doctor, because they know how expensive it is. An ambulance ride in America can run you $5 to $10 grand for a 5 to 10 minute trip to the hospital in an ambulance. I mean, that's why everybody avoids the healthcare system. So the healthcare system is trash. That's my opinion. Do you know where Michael J. Sudwig's? Who? Michael J. Who? Sudwig's? Who's that? I was born the day after Halloween. I love Michael Myers. I'm what they call a horror junkie. Yeah, I really like the Michael Myers, the originals, but I like the remakes too, like the 2007 and I think it was the 2009 remake. Those weren't too bad, actually. I didn't mind watching those. They weren't bad movies by any means. The Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 remake, however, oh my fucking god, that was a shit show of a movie right there. That was a horrible movie. Show died when Josh stopped being fat. I mean, that was kind of his character. He was fat, right? And then he got skinny, and then I thought he was still funny. It was just, I just think that people wanted to see fat Josh. Just like Jonah Hill stopped getting roles after he became skinny, because his whole persona was him being this giant, funny, fat, obese guy. And then he became skinny, and then I think he just stopped getting roles after that. It was kind of like that, you know. Did you see the 2018 remake of which one? Was there another of Nightmare on Elm Street, you're saying? Was there another Nightmare on Elm Street I'm not aware of? Or who would win in the fight? Chucky, Michael Myers, Nightmare on Elm Street dude, The Grudge lady, or Boogeyman? That's a good question. I think maybe the Boogeyman. I haven't seen the Boogeyman movie in a long time. I can't remember what his power is or what he does. I'm gonna say the Grudge lady, because the Grudge lady can just look at you and you're dead, right? So I'm gonna say the Grudge lady. Hey, Trent Adams, thank you so much for the donation. Also, thank you for dropping by the stream, giving you a couple bucks, mentioning 2007 one. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, I like the 2007 Halloween a lot. I thought it was pretty good, honestly. Like, I thought movies were mostly good until like the 2010s hit, and then it was downhill from there. Like, it really was. Like, horror movies were good back then until the 2010 came. As soon as the 2010s came, it's just like, something happened. They just didn't try anymore. They just used low budget effects. They used really bad actors who should have never been actors in the first place, acting in movies with equally bad scripts that they had, and things just became bad. Like, movies just became bad in the early 2010s. It just wasn't like it used to be. They just weren't. I didn't really have any interest in it. The only movie I really liked, one of the only movies I really liked that was pretty good in the 2010 era was like the Monsters Inc. sequel, the prequel, the prequel Monsters Inc. movie, which was really good, which explained what happened with everything before all the, or I should say everything before the first movie. I liked the Monsters Inc. prequel a lot, but I can't even remember the last time I saw a good movie in the theater. I can't even remember, honestly. No, I take that back. Maybe the last Saw movie was pretty good. The last Saw movie was pretty good. A lot better than Saw 3D. That shit was that was not a good movie, Saw 3D. So what about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? What do you think of the last one? I heard the latest one was bad. I did not see the latest Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I heard it was really bad. Horrors today are absolute dog shit. Oh, I agree for them. I haven't seen any good horror movies. Even though the Conjuring movies were not, like the third Conjuring movies. The third Conjuring movie was not that great. The Devil Made Me Do It was pretty. That was kind of shit. The second one was all right. The first one was, obviously the best one. The Annabelle spin-offs were so-so. They weren't great, but they weren't really terrible. They were like in the middle. Let me see. Unrelated, but I only like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I haven't really seen as many. I haven't even seen the first and second original Spider-Man movies. That's how far behind I am. I haven't even seen those. The recent movie called Substance wasn't bad. Substance, okay. I'll have to see. I'll have to check it out when I have time. Want to play a game? Sure. Alright, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here. I got to go home and eat dinner. Start doing this web development thing. See how far I can get. See if I can understand this CSS any better than before. Try to get this done. I'm on my first project. I've done all these videos, and now I'm on my very first project where I actually have to build the website, and it's been proven really challenging. So I'm going to try to get this done. Thank you, everybody who joined the live stream. I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. I hope you guys are liking the videos. I've been putting a lot of thought into a lot of them. Let me see. And gonna be uploading more videos during this week as well as next week, guys, so of course keep a lookout on for that. Thank you all for being supporting my channel as usual. Thank you everybody who could make it to the live stream. I really appreciate it. And again, more good videos coming this week and next week, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna get home because I've been in this parking lot for a minute now. So till the next live stream, guys, take care, have a good one, and look out for more videos. Talk to you soon.